Good good morning. Here we are already tangled up. I got a new shirt. Love in Faith is what the company is called. And it's an app that you can download on your phone. This one just says Faith. They were having a sale and I got 3 shirts and I got one free, if I'm not mistaken. But the shirts were marked down and I paid $9.99 for one, and I think either $10.99 or $11.99 for the other 2, and then the 4th one was free. So I got 4 that I'm very excited about, because these t-shirts, although they could send me t-shirts I'm doing it for free. Ain't nobody paying me. I just love these t-shirts that much that I do it for free. But Trina and I were talking yesterday. I bought her one in 2020 for her birthday, and she said I still wear that thing about once a week, and it's just as good as it was when I gave it to her. They don't twist and turn, and I'd rather pay a little more for a shirt, a t-shirt especially, and get a good quality one than get a cheap one that's gonna get all twisted up, and I can't stand that. Anyway, they're usually around the $20 mark for the t-shirts, but wait till they go on sale. Go ahead and get the app and sign up, and then they start sending you emails, and you can get some good deals. Anyway, that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss me. Does that make me a narcissist? Well, whatever. You know what? I like to tell the things that happen to me, because a lot of things happen to me that are just a little bit unusual, and people can find humor. Hi, can you come on? Get out from under the bush. I got one over here. Come on, hi, what are you doing? Come on, we're gonna all walk this way. I don't know what you're looking at, but it's a paper bag on the ground. I think that's what she's looking at. Anyway, where is she? There she is. So, I felt pretty decent last night, when I got home from Blue Ridge. I was tired. When I got home, I was tired, and I sat down for a little while with some ice on my back and just chilled out for a little bit. Surprisingly, after drinking the Rooster Booster, I finally did go to sleep about 12:30, and I slept until the alarm went off at 6:30. That's pretty dang good for having drank all, it was just a small, but still. Several people sent me what was in it. The one Danette sent me said basically it equaled 4 cups of coffee. So, but people with ADHD can drink caffeine and go to sleep. So I'm in one of those weird situations where sometimes it makes me sleepy and sometimes I get hyper, and I just never know which one I'm gonna be. Yeah. Anyway, so I get up, and of course we do the feed up. I feed them, feed the cat, feed myself, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go hang my lights that I bought at Tractor Supply on my fence. I went out there and I hung those lamps. But anyway, got that done. Well, then I had to go about my watering, because now it's not raining anymore. Yeah, we've gone from rain 24/7, days in, day in and day out, to no rain. So I'm having to water my plants. I would like to get a rain barrel, but I don't know. I don't know what I want. But anyway, I want it to rain. If it could just rain every night from about, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., or just a good hard rain every night. Wouldn't that be great? We wouldn't have to worry about it the rest of the day. Yeah. When I become queen of the world, that's what's going to happen. Anyway, when I become queen of the world, I'm pretty sure that's God's job. And I'm pretty sure he handles it a lot better than I do. I'm just saying, I would have the rain come in the middle of the night where it doesn't really disturb most of the population. And the population that has to work at night and be out in it, I'm sorry, but somebody's got to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? In part of my watering, I have 2 bird baths that I fill up because they love coming and drinking fresh water. Now, one of them is just a regular old bird bath. It's cement. It was in the yard when I moved in, and thankfully they left it for me. So I've moved that thing all over the place, but I finally have it over on my driveway. And I like where it's at because when I sit on the couch, I can see the birds bathing and all that good stuff. So anyway, are they up? Oh, they're already up. My boss and her brother-in-law. He's come to stay with her. And that means the dogs are up. And that means if they know we're out here, they're gonna come out and bark. Anyway, I'll try to hurry. Okay, so I go over to the fence. I open the fence and I fill up the bird bath on the driveway. And my babies are good. They don't try to get out the fence. They just lay there and watch me, mostly because they're terrified of the water. And they know that if they try to come out that gate, they'll probably get sprayed with water. I mean, I don't want to be that mean mama, and I've never done it, but I think I would to keep them from trying to get out the gate, especially Penny, because Penny's a runner. Penny will, yeah, if she gets out, she goes and goes and goes. He ain't going nowhere but to go pee on something and turn around and come back. Yeah, because he, like I said, he knows when he's got it good. Well, anyway, back to the point of the story. I rigged up this redneck system so that if I'm in on the driveway, on the outside of the fence, I can open the gate because there is no access to the latch from the outside of the gate. And it's a tall fence. I mean, it's a 6-foot tall fence. There ain't no way that my little 5-foot body with a little 1-foot long arm, my little T-Rex arms, is not gonna be able to reach over it. I mean, grown men can't even reach over it to grab that latch. So I rigged up something, and my camera just shut off right in the middle of my sentence. Anyway, so I rigged up something so that if I'm ever caught where I'm in the front and I had come through the gate and it latches behind me, I can get in, right? Very redneck, very, it's a string. And on the end of the string, you know those slices of trees that you can buy at like Hobby Lobby to do crafts with? Well, hi, we're going this way. I'm trying to be quiet so that we don't disturb those dogs. She's got her dog and her grand dog, so I don't want to wake all of them up because that's a lot of barking. It's a miniature Yorkie and a tiny little Pomeranian. Not a Pomeranian, a Maltese. You know how they can bark. I mean, the smaller the dog, the bigger their bark. But anyway, I think that goes for humans too. Anyway, get to the point, Tracy. It's one of those wooden discs. I've drilled a hole in it. I put the string through it. I tied it through the latch. I've got one back here laying down and one over here on the road ready to go home. And me in the middle. Anyway, well, it was on the outside. And when I came back in the fence and I closed the gate, it was hanging on the outside of the gate, right? Well, I can reach it from the inside because the latch is kind of right here. So I grab the string and I'm trying to whip it and whip it good over the fence. And then I tuck it in the fence. So it's not really obvious. I mean, I'm only telling like the several thousand people that are watching, but it's not just like obvious from the street. But that way, if I'm ever locked out of my fence, I can get in. That's the point of it. Because I can reach to bring it up to the top of the fence and bring it back down to pull it to open it. Anyway, well, I kept trying to pull it and I guess it was hung up on something. And I guess I gave it the good heave-ho, and that thing flew over the top of that fence and it hit me right here in the top of the head. Oh, there, dog's awake. Oopsie. I saw stars, y'all. I saw literal stars. I was like, so I sent Danette a text message because there again, even when I'm injured, I can laugh at myself because laughing at myself is so much more fun. You know, if you can't laugh at yourself, then how are you gonna laugh at everybody else? That didn't sound right. Anyway, I sent Danette a text message to get to the point finally. Are you ever gonna get to the point? I said, well, I should probably sleep pretty good tonight because I just gave myself a concussion. Meaning it to be funny because I didn't really have a concussion, But boy, oh boy, I mean, maybe I did have a concussion. I don't know. But my pupils weren't blown. I could see, I know the protocol, a concussion protocol. I worked at a jail. I took first aid. Yeah, I know the things. Anyway, I'm fine. I went and got an ice pack and placed it against my forehead. And it only hurts if I do this. Really, that hurts the most, yeah. So I'm surprised it's not blue, but it's right there. Oh my gosh, it's so sore. But it's not blue. I don't bruise easily, so, well, excuse me. I will not tell you what I'm about to do, but you can probably imagine. So I'll be back. I did, I iced it. I didn't take anything right then for my head because it was already getting to be about 8 o'clock. And so I just waited until I went to bed because I knew that would probably help me rest more if I took it then. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what I did last night, is sat with a cold compress on my head. Yes. This is the daily life of Tracy Tries. I hurt myself and then I laugh about it and then I tell y'all. I have been doing pretty good about hurting myself. I haven't been, knock on wood. I can't knock too hard because it hurts. But anyway, this is what I do. In 1 year, I had an avulsion fracture on my left foot, which it wasn't a complete avulsion fracture, but it tore the tendon loose from the top of my foot. Not completely, but enough that it was horribly painful. And then I walked home on it. I broke my back that year, and I developed vertigo that year because I was trying to, when I first moved here, the property line between that house and my house, this is my house. People keep asking if my boss's house is my house. No, this is my house. But there was all these bushes and weeds between our yard. So I was out there trying to pull up a weed, and it was deep, and I was pulling, and I was pulling, and I was pulling, and it wouldn't come, and it wouldn't come, and then all of a sudden it tore loose, and I went flying backwards, and I slammed down hard against the ground, and then I woke up the next morning with vertigo. Now, at the same time as all that going on, I was eating the glutens. I was partaking of the glutens. You're not going to get in that mud. She had work done yesterday, and they leveled her backyard. Come on, you're not going to get in that mud. Anyway, I was partaking of the glutens, and I woke up with vertigo, and I thought I was going to actually die from it. Get out of the mud. Come on, get out of the mud. These are my lights I got from Tractor Supply. They're kind of a mint green. This is what tried to unalive me. Well, dadgummit. Well, I got the thing in there so good you can't hardly get it out. But anyway, it's just a piece of wood. And I've got it jammed in there so that I can open the gate if I'm ever locked out. But anyway, they're solar. They were $20 a piece. I got them like a month ago. Get out of the mud! Oh my gosh! Oh my goshes! Reminds me of my mother and my two brothers. She would get up in the morning on Sunday morning and start trying to get everybody ready for church. And she would tell my brothers, now don't go get in the creek. And she'd be getting us ready. Well, Jenny could get herself ready. By that point, if I was here, Jenny could get herself ready because she was 10 when I was born, 9.5, but whatever. What's a few months? A few monks? I saw a monk monastery once. Anyway, she used to tell my brothers, now don't go get in the creek. Go eat your breakfast. And she would come back and be getting herself ready or getting me ready or doing whatever it is she was doing. And they would go get in the creek. And they would come home all muddy. That's probably when it started that she was late to church every morning. I mean, every Sunday morning. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, those lights, I got them, I think a month ago or so at Tractor Supply, and they were $20 each. They had some that were $30 each, but they had like a cage thing at the bottom, which I like the cage thing. Kind of like almost like a chicken wire type thing. But they were $30. I was like, I'm not paying $30 just for that little piece of wire on the bottom. It's cute, but it's not that cute. I mean, come on. I'm gonna go get in the car now because it's time for me to leave for work. And I'm gonna make sure I have everything and I'll be back, okay? Okay. Hi. It's the end of the day, and I just rewatched the whole video and realized I don't think I finished a lot of sentences this morning. But to finish the story about the vertigo, I know this is all out of order and jumbled up, and some people are going to be angry with me for that, but I don't care. To finish the story, I fell, and they say that you have these crystals in your head, and when I fell, that they got all cockeyed, right? So I did these exercises to get my crystals back in space, or standing, or whatever they do, whatever it is those crystals do. I had to do this exercise. Well, it never would work for me, but I remembered my friend Trisha telling me that gluten can be the cause of vertigo. She told me that when my mother had vertigo. So I had been off of gluten, but because I had recently moved and was, kind of stressing, I was stress eating gluten. And yeah, so I was like, maybe I should come back off of gluten. And I did come back off of gluten. And it took probably a week or more for the vertigo to go away. After I came off of gluten, it wasn't instantaneously the next morning. I was all better, because sometimes it can take up to 2 weeks for all the gluten to get out of your body. Once I came off of the gluten, my vertigo went away. And now, when I eat too much white flour, as what's her name says? Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Leanne Morgan. Anyway, she's in Tennessee too. Why are all the funny people in Tennessee? If I eat too much white flour now, or wheat flour, it's really both, because white flour is just wheat flour that's been bleached. Yeah, that's all it is. Same thing. Flour is flour. If it comes from wheat, it can be white or brown. But anyway, if I eat too much, my vertigo comes back, and that is not something that I want to deal with ever again, because that was horrible. It was horrible. And some people go, oh, I think I've had vertigo. I was a little dizzy. No, that is not vertigo. Not a little dizzy. Now, you can have vertigo and get a little dizzy, maybe have a little swim, but a full-on vertigo, you can't turn your head. You can't move your eyeballs. You can't walk a straight line down the hallway. I would bounce from one side to the other, to the other, to the other, and then just with no warning whatsoever. And I had to learn how to walk and stare at things, and it was terrible. I only had Charlie at the time, and I would go walk him, and I would be staring straight ahead. And when I would get to the stop sign down here, I would have to turn my whole head very slowly to see if anything was coming, and then turn my head all the way back so I could turn right. That was walking. I did the same thing driving. Yeah. But it started slowly getting better, and it went away, and I don't want it to ever come back. But the other day, we went to Chipotle, and I got 3 of those tacos, the soft tacos, because I love them, and I ate 3 of them from Chipotle's, the Chipotles. And that night, when I laid down in the bed, yes, the glutens hit me, and I was like, ooh, no, you gotta stop. You gotta stop eating the glutens, because you can't get all dizzy again. So I am very careful with gluten, but I will allow myself to have a little bite every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Now, dairy, I won't allow myself to have a little bit of that, because that's a bad allergy reaction. Yeah, that's a hives and itching and sneezing and scratching and all the things. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to finish out that story, because I do realize that I was kind of all over the place as per usual, but I at least wanted to finish that part, because I didn't want to leave you hanging on the glutens. Anyway, I think the rest of it I may have finished, and I'm sorry it's so choppy. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great evening. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. Hope he's coming back soon, because I tried to concuss myself. Okay, bye.